I want to share all this experience because I have roamed to all the dental schools and I have talked to admissions people. So, which I wanted to share and shows that school that you have invested some time and effort in learning a new thing which can help you to comply with the US standards, like the standards they are expecting from you. If you have a good profile, you have a very good chance of getting the interview if you have attended the workshop. In that workshop, you will get around 7 uh, credits and also you will get an opportunity to talk with the program director and the students from there. So yeah, so explore those types of workshops. If you are in USA, and invite people who have a master's from USA, people who have MDS degree, people who are fresh graduates, people who are uh, having a work experience from their home country. So if you are in that pool, and also like how they select the candidates in this.
Hello and welcome to Paths to Success in Dentistry. I'm your host, Dr. Mini, your trusted guide in dental world. This week, I'm thrilled to bring on a special guest, Dr. Bharadwaj, who I met earlier this year at a bench prep course in LA. Right from our first conversation, I knew his vast knowledge would be a huge asset to the Asian dentist community. In this series, Dr. Bharadwaj will share his journey through an unconventional master's program that earned him 11 interview invites across two application cycles. He'll discuss how animals surprisingly played a role in his application process, how he navigated hardships as an immigrant, and his tips for networking with dental school faculties. Our original chat ran for 3 hours, so I will be breaking it down into shorter episodes to help you soak in all the insights at your own pace. If you haven't checked out the last episode, make sure to give it a listen. Let's dive in. So, how to strengthen your application if you have GPA below 3?
So with a GPA, like having I have seen people who get into dental school with a GPA of less than 3. So if you have graduated from a dental school long back in 2014 or 2013, so I just wanted to give this suggestion. Maybe a few dental schools may be looking at that, and this is what I heard from one of the admissions counselor. So I know a person like who graduated from 2014 and they have a GPA of 3, and they haven't got many dental school interviews. So they applied to many schools, but they haven't got anything. So they have reached out to the admissions counselor, and what they have suggested them is that you have graduated from school long back, and the DDS programs are so rigorous. So they're very they're for a few dental schools, like they have lots of exams, and you need to maintain the GPA, and also you have lots of works, assignments, and all the stuff to do. So, and also at the same time, you have to do the course requirements, and you have to maintain the GPA. So if you have a less GPA and if you have graduated long back, it's better to have something like master's or a certification program to prove that you are familiar with the US education system, and you can able to take that stress, and you are still able to compete with the students like who recently graduated or something. So that's the other thing, and definitely if you have a less GPA, the one option is definitely do a master's program, but I know it's very expensive. uh, and also having 3.3 or 3 above 3, just look at the program requirements. So few schools they say the minimum requirement is 3, and if you have a good TOEFL score, and if you have a good SOP, and if you have lots of experience, don't worry about that GPA. Explain that why you got that less GPA in your SOP, and sometimes you have a supplemental application forms where you can talk about your experiences and the reason why you got the less GPA. Because there can be many medical reasons. There can be family situations which what are these are the it can be reasons for you to get a low GPA. So you can explain them, and you can tell them like how you have improved yourself in other aspects, so how strong your application is in other aspects. So that's you can do that, or else there are a few masters programs like if you have a good TOEFL score, you may also get 100% of scholarship, or at least 50% of scholarship in USA. So you have to explore them. And people, I don't know if many people know this. If you have a MDS degree in India, or else even if you have a BDS degree and few years of clinical experience or in some research, you can directly apply to PhD programs. You don't need to have any masters. So you may think like the PhD programs are 4 years. So I mean this process is so hectic, and also and if you get a dental school in the middle of the PhD, you can talk to the mentor of your PhD program, and you can tell them like you got into this dental school, and you can continue this PhD after you complete the DDS program. And if you discontinue the PhD program after 2 years, you will get the master's degree, even if you have a discontinue in the middle of the PhD. So that's another advantageous thing
Nice.
that you will get if you do a PhD. So research about that, and I'm not saying that you will have to discontinue the PhD program, but like some mentors can understand, like if you are a future, because when you're applying for PhD, you will be applying for oral biology or oral health or biomaterials, dental biomaterials, anything related to dentistry. So they know how prestigious is that to get into a dental school, and definitely they will understand that. So yeah, so you can make it work by being honest and letting them know what your future goals are. So I think there is nothing wrong in trying that option as
Yeah. And there is a question that I always keep getting, like preceptorship versus masters. What do you think?
well. Yeah. So here I just want to stress on few things about preceptorships and all this. So there are few schools which have preceptorships costing around 10,000 to 70,000, 35,000, $45,000 for so during that preceptorship experience, you will be not having an opportunity to practice on patient. You will be yeah, you may get an opportunity to talk to the program director or the students from there, but you will be exposed to only that university environment and that university professors. And also I have friends like who have done few preceptorship programs from few universities, but they haven't got any interviews. So spending thousands of money in doing preceptorship, and what you can get from preceptorship are the recommendations from the professors and connections from the students. So you may get that same recommendation from your dentist, like whom you are shadowing in the United States. And also, if you have very good connections, you can also, if you are doing your masters in IU, Indiana University, or if you're doing your masters in Boston University, you can have the same network with the professors, and you can talk to them, and you can do shadowing under them. And also, in return, like when you're spending that 40,000 USD, you are getting a masters, which you can which is a really which the globally accepted degree, like which you can put after your name for the rest of your life, and that degree has its own value. So and also you will get a work permit to practice in not practice to work in USA after you complete that masters. So which you can utilize the time to apply for the dental schools and also to get the shadowing or research experience in the United States. So if there are a few universities like when you do the preceptorship for 1 year, they give the OPT. Is it
UCLA?
UC UCLA, I think so. UCLA or yeah, UCLA. So and also like after that, you may practice as a dental assistant for 1 year.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, so you have to look into the tuition as well. So if you get a work permit, that's fine, but just see your financial situation. So if you do a master's, you will get if you do a master's in STEM, you will get 3 years of OPT, a work permit, where you can stay for 4 to 5 years in the United States, and in that time you can get lots of experience, so you can get lots of shadowing experience, you can participate in research, you can earn some money by after you graduate from the masters. But on the same side, like when you are getting preceptorship, there are 3 months of preceptorship, and if you feel like that 3 months will definitely help you, and you don't want to spend much of 20 or 40,000 USD for masters, uh, that's that's up to you, because it all depends on your communication skills, how you communicate with the students and the program director. So if you have a lots of ideas, and if you have a chance to talk and convince the program director, and to show them that you are a worthy candidate with that program, that definitely that preceptorship will work for you. You may get the interview from if you have done preceptorship from UCSF, and if you have an opportunity to talk with the program director, if they liked you, definitely you know much about that UCSF program and UCSF school, UCSF students, and what the research opportunities they have in that preceptorship time. You can talk about all those things in the UCSF interview. So that just one dental school interview will get you a seat in DDS program. So it works both ways. I just want to ask you, Yamini. So how many people from the preceptorship who did the preceptorship from UCSF got in the interview?
Got interview. There are only two of them.
How many did the
How
UCSF preceptorship?
many from I think last 1 year batch of students, which is each batch has four students or four preceptors. I think out of all of them, only two of us got it.
So how many batches of preceptorship they do in a
I think
year?
3 or 4 per year. Like every 3 months they have a batch, so maybe four. 4 batches a year. And
Yes. So maybe 10% of
yeah,
10 or 20%. No, yeah. So it's up to you guys. So in that 20% of people, like maybe they have a good profile. It's not just the preceptorship which have given them the interview. Maybe they have considered their profile, their TOEFL score, their SOP, and everything will come into factor when they're
definitely. Yeah.
inviting.
Yeah.
So there are lots of people like who got UCSF interview without the preceptorship as well. So it's up to you. So if you are in USA and if you don't want to pursue a masters, and if you know that you can communicate well with the program director, students, and whenever you can utilize the opportunity, which whatever opportunity you get, then definitely go for it, and definitely that would add weightage in your resume. I'm not saying like it's not that helpful, but definitely it will add weightage to your resume. But
Only if
I
you're
prefer master.
interested. You
Yeah,
prefer
I prefer
master.
master.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer masters.
Yeah. For me, I would like divide it into two, like people who are like married and move here. Probably you can choose to do preceptorship, and people who are in India, maybe masters is a way for them to come into US. So we can divide it that way, or like financially, if you are able to afford it, then go for it. Also, like if it also depends on if you're interested. So not doing a master's just because someone else is doing it and that will help that help that person doesn't mean it's going to help you. So just don't do it, because I have a lot of recent graduates that they just graduated last year and then they saw me do the preceptorship and they didn't even apply to schools, and they're asking if I should do a preceptorship. So apply one cycle, see how it goes, and then see what you can improve on. If you do everything at one cycle, then what is left for the other cycle? So also think that way.
So yeah, we have to see which will work for us. So have to explore everything.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, like all you need is one dental school. All
Yeah.
you need is one dental school to prove yourself, and for that you need to be prepared.
Yes.
So practice. So definitely there is a much chance like you will get an interview from a school which has bench associated. With it. So so try to be proactive and start preparing for that range. Just have that setup arranged at your home, and buy the typhodon teeth and all the stuff, and start practicing, and have a mentor for you to critique your work, and definitely you will get into dental school. So all you need is burning desire. All you need is your hard work, your efforts, and manifestation to get into school. Definitely you will get.
Okay, so let's go with the questions in the chat box. So Samiha is asking, LOR from a dentist where one worked for just a month. Would that be a good way to go? The dentist came forward first to provide 1 month.
So in that 1 month, you have to, I mean, you have to mention like what you have learned in that 1 month. So I know if you're on visitor visa, definitely you have less time to do a shadowing and all the stuff, and you can also mention that point. So in your SOP you can mention that like your visa restricted you to do a shadowing for more months, and during this time you have involved in these things. You have if, because like many dental if you're shadowing, you can just help the newly hired dental assistants. Like dental assistants, they're not well aware of all the uh, IOPA and OPG and impressions and all the stuff. So definitely they may need the help from dentists like who are practicing dentists in India or something. So if you have helped them to train or to get to transfer that knowledge, you can definitely have that in your LOR. And if you don't have any other opportunity, if you don't have any other recommendation, then just go for it. Have that 1 month of experience LOR in your Caapid, because few dental school will definitely ask you for this US dental experience recommendation. So you have to have some letter of recommendation from US dentist as well. So
Yeah.
if you don't have any other opportunities, go for it and have a very good recommendation for you. So mention like whatever things you have done during that 1 month.
Yeah.
How many if you can mention, like, because if you have shadowed under 40 hours a week, definitely that's because in the shadowing they count it in the hours, not just in days or months. So you can just have that in mention in your LOR that this many hours you have spent time in the clinic. So that will help you.
Can you tell us which university did you do your master's from?
Yeah, it's from Northeastern University in Boston, and there are only few schools which offer this regulatory affairs course. It's Washington University, Long Island, Northeastern. University of Southern California, and I think MCPHS. So there are very few schools like which offer this masters
And is it for
executive.
1 year?
No, it's for 2 years. Like few school because in USA you have this flexibility of completing your masters in 1 year if you want. You can do more courses in one semester and you can wrap it up in 12 months. So usually there will be from 16 to 20 months, approximately 2 years, with holidays and semester breaks and all this stuff. So you have, and also you have to check whether the course is STEM or not. So few regulatory affairs courses are non-STEM programs. So you have to look into that as well. You can reach out to the admissions committee and you can ask them whether it's a STEM or not. Definitely they will reply back to you in a day or two.
Mhm. Any other programs apart from masters which can help us improve profile? I think we discussed a lot of them. Um,
Yeah, preceptorships, workshops, e-courses, volunteering, shadowing.
hmm,
Definitely, the bench test course is also a very important thing which you can put in your resume because that shows that school that you have invested some time and effort in learning a new thing which can help you to comply with the US standards, like the standards they are expecting from you. So you can write about that as well in your resume that you have this course from Stevenson's.
yeah.
So
Just
there are few universities like University of Washington, Michigan, Buffalo. They offer these bench test courses as well.
okay.
It's well, guys.
Mhm. So does having a USA experience is a must? I mean, schools do like people who have experience in US. Is it a must?
For shadowing experience, so the answer is yes and no. Because few schools definitely look how many years of clinical experience you have in uh, India or in your country. So you can tell them because even in India you have lots of new advancements in technologies like intraoral scanners, like you have many endomotors, you have many newly designed implants, and you have many more things in India as well. So you cannot just say that you learned a lot more things in the advancement in technology after coming to United States. So even if you cannot afford of coming to USA, you can just tell like how you have acquired the knowledge and how they practice, what are the insurance policies, what are the rules and regulations like HIPAA. They focus much on HIPAA, the personal health information of the patient. So you need to aware of all those things so that you can get it from CE courses or you can get it from uh, talking to lots of dentists and having a mentor from USA. You can tell them that I have a professor like who or mentoring me in this process. So from him, I have acquired all this knowledge.
Yeah,
You can talk about like that. So I will not say must, but if you have it, definitely that will help you to boost your growth.
mm, s- some of them want you to share the profile. I think we'll post it.
Yeah. So yeah. So I did my BDS in 2019 with GPA of 3.75 out of 4, and I have a GPA of my master's of 3.92 out of 4, and I got a gold medal in physiology and biochemistry during my BDS, and I got a merit certificate for scoring highest marks in conservative dentistry in my BDS, and I participated in I worked as a research assistant for around 1 year combined, and I worked I did shadowing for 2+ years, and yeah, my TOEFL score like I think like 107 for the best scores and 102 for the actual score, and yeah, so I don't know. Like once this INBD they show the scores, I don't know if that's required, but I don't know like whether they from the next cycle they may ask you to have a good score in INBD as well. So ADA is planning to show the INBD scores. Now it's pass or fail, but maybe the next year if they have shown the scores of INBD, I'm not sure. Like
Even this year
because
they
few
opened
schools,
it, right? For some
yeah, they
period.
opened it. Yeah, they opened it, and luckily I don't know uh, why they changed their mind. But a few schools have also mentioned like having a score of 75 in INBD is must. I have seen it somewhere. I don't remember the name of the school, but
Huh,
yeah, 78, 75 or 78. I'm not sure, but having 78 in INBD is required. So if they started putting the scores for INBD, I don't know how it will go.
yeah.
So that's why I suggest, like, for people like who don't have a US experience, or if you really wanted to boost your profile, definitely give ADAT. ADAT
Mm.
is not preferred for many schools, but they will definitely look into it because they need something. Because now they have only TOEFL and GPA to filter the candidates with course and all this stuff. But if you have something ADAT or something to prove yourself, and if you give them other thing to know you or differentiate you from other candidates, then definitely I will suggest ADAT for to give ADAT.
So, tips on written supplemental school specific SOP. How do you differentiate with Caapid SOP writing? Also,
So
okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. So I told you, right. So few dental schools for UPenn, they offer dental tour, school tours for the students, like who wants to come and visit the school. So I think University of, then also sometimes they conduct few interactive things, like where I forgot that name. Sometimes like open house, sorry, open house. So sometimes they conduct this open houses, so where you can go to the dental school and you can talk to the program director and admissions team. So
Yeah.
when you utilize those opportunities, you will know uh, very much about that school. So you can get all the information in the website as well, but you will never know until you visit that school, and when you talk to that student, like they can give you a better input on what to stress. So for University of Pennsylvania, when you are writing the supplemental application, so the the bad thing is, like, I have submitted my application and I went to UPenn dental tour. So when I went to dental tour, I got to know about a lot about the UPenn. That's how you can learn and write down your supplemental application, because that's where you they show you the CAD CAM machines, and they will tell you, like, there are different softwares for those machines, and they use it for different designing the few different dental devices. And they tell you, like, how the endodontics is very uh, prestigious, and the professor Dr. Kim, like, he's known all around the world. So these are they have a special Colgate research lab with special needs thing, and how they work on the special needs patients to develop new innovations and all this stuff. So all these things, like, you will know when you go to school and talk to students there, and you
Yeah.
personally visualize it. So
That's
that
how
will
you
definitely help if you ever visited to any schools, like if you have a certain set of schools, like if you want to practice, if you want to do your dentistry in West Coast, or if you go to USC, talk to admissions people and email them that you want to visit the school, and uh, want to talk to them. Sometimes they may allow you. Sometimes some schools are very strict. They don't allow you to enter into the school until you get the interview. So, but uh,
I think
but
most
there are
schools
some
allow.
few. Yeah, most schools allow you to interact with the students and have it interview. So try to email them. Uh, if you are living in North Carolina, you have a University of North Carolina there. If you are living in Pennsylvania, you have Temple and Pennsylvania. If you're living in Boston, you have three schools. And also nowadays, I think even Harvard is considering
International students.
international students
Mm.
from this year. I think so, but I don't know, like, whether they will
Yeah,
change
they
it
are
or
not
not.
on Caapid, right? Are they on
Yeah,
Caapid?
they're not on Capit. They're not on Capit. So yeah, that's why you have to look for these programs as well. So previously, University of Texas San Antonio, they were not on Capit, but this cycle they participated in Capit. So the same. I don't know about Harvard. Maybe they will join the Capit next year, but it's a good thing to apply for those programs as well, because so you will know all these things if you have a mentor and who have been through the application process. So
Yeah.
definitely have a mentor and who have researched about all these things, and
Yeah, that's how you can write a school specific
mm,
SOP. Also will
because they have done all the work which they can help you out, because I want to share all this experience because I have roamed to all the dental schools and I have talked to admissions people, so which I wanted to share. And there are a few people, like, who have a better knowledge than me, so they can also help you. So
yeah.
you have to find, like, who can help you out. That So it's not mandatory that you have to go to the schools, but you can have that knowledge from the person who have did all that research for you. So you can use that in your applications if you have them as a mentor or something.
Yeah. Also, will school consider inviting the same candidate who was interviewed and rejected in the previous cycle?
So if you ask my experience, so I got rejected at the University of Michigan, and I was not invited this year. So I don't know how it will go. I have seen people, like, who got rejected and got interviewed at University of Michigan, but it depends on the university.
Depends
So
on
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends on the university whether they want to call you again uh, or not. So it's completely depending on the application. Maybe I don't know. I have applied on the last day of the cycle for University of Michigan. Maybe that's why they haven't got a chance to look at my profile, or I'm not sure. But that's how it will be. They may call you, they may not call you. So you have to be in touch with them. You have to talk to them. You have to talk with the admissions counselor, and maybe that will help because it will show that you are still interested in that school and you are improving yourself, and you have to prove every possible way to show that you want to be part of that, your efforts and all those things.
Did any university invite you twice, like last cycle and this cycle as well?
Yeah. What's CU, Colorado, in New York, definitely. And I think I got the interviews from different schools from last year and this year. Yeah. So they're different schools. So yeah. So I think only in NYU, that's it.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you have
And
ex
all the schools like which I applied last year, they're from California side. So I think I have to still wait for UOP, UCLA,
yeah.
and ECU, Colorado. They haven't opened yet,
Mhm.
so I have to see because I'm already done with all this stuff. I will be joining the school. I'm not sure. Like
So how do you approach for shadowing opportunity in the US? So I can answer that. Like you can reach out to people, email them, or go in person if you can, and then you can print out your resume with you and tell them you're interested in shadowing. That's how you can approach. Do you want to add something? Or,
that's what I did. And if you know someone from a dental school, uh, you can ask them as well. The under whom they have shadowed,
yeah,
they can give recommendation. The dentist like, hey, I know this person. Can you help them out with the shadowing and all this stuff? So that would work. That's another option. If you you can explore. Uh, yeah.
yeah, okay. So what are the key points to be included in LOR?
So that's a good question. So when you are getting a LOR from your dean, so there is a class rank. If there is a possibility of you can include that in your LOR, that will definitely help because if dean can watch for you, like if he say that this guy has scored he's always top on the 5% of the class of out of 100 people. So that's a very big thing for a dental school because deans they will be looking they will be meeting hundreds of students every year, and they remember you, and they have said like this guy used to be a top 5% in the class. So that's a very big thing you can get. So try to have that class rank in your LOR if possible. If not just from dean, if you can get it from your HOD as well, that would be also considered as well.
Yeah,
And try to remind them that the professors or something, like if you have worked with them in any community camp or any
definitely.
so tell them like, hey professor, like we have worked in this uh, camp, and we have organized this camp, and we have helped these people, like, so if you want to include that point in the recommendation as so
Wonderful.
it's good to give them heads up like on which points you want to touch base in the recommendation letter. And so all you need to write your interactions with that person. So whether they have excelled in any if you are getting a recommendation from an ortho HOD, so you have to mention that during that ortho clinicals, how you have shined in those people, like what you have done. Are you involved in any research with the PG students? If you are just done BDS, so are you involved in any research with the PG students, or if you have done any thing with one of any professors from the other department, or have you conducted any camp for the student, or any drive, or did you bring
Yeah,
any students, or educated them and given any presentations? So you can have all those things in your LOR.
yeah. So I would
So
say,
don't yeah. So everyone will just go with a simple LOR that I know this person. This is hardworking. Uh, all the stuff, and I have confidence in him. And I have seen few LORs, so they're pretty vague, and they're not that clear. So you need to have a LOR with the interactions you had with that professor. So it's not just the general terms like which I have mentioned previously. So
Yeah. So I would say, like, to sum up, mention your academic excellence if you have some, mention any achievements that he also knows about, or you organized a conference or anything, if you worked in or volunteered in any places. So all these are good points to include in LOR, and provide like specific example, like not like, okay, she is a hardworking person, then why? Like, what are the supporting points? Why she is hardworking? And yeah, I also help students write their LOR. So I also have good templates. If you are interested, you can reach out. Um,
Definitely, that's true. Like if they are saying like you are hardworking, give an example like
yeah.
where you have seen they are hardworking. So having that examples and the scenarios like where you have showcased your talent or your interaction with the professor, definitely include those points.
So how about low TOEFL? Is there any escape? I mean, are there any chances to get accepted with low TOEFL scores like 95 and best of one or two? So you have to look into
Mm,
the school requirements. Like there is nothing like an escape, unfortunately. So you are there like 95, then you just have to get 5 more marks. Like just start practicing and working, and I think you can do it. What would you say?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all. Because maybe you should know where you're getting that low marks, whether is it in writing or
Yeah.
speaking. So if it's speaking, like try to talk to your friends or try to practice in talking in front of mirrors, record your own videos and see where you are lacking, or you will have a template for speaking as well, so you can use them as so because when I say template, it will give you a idea how to start and how to end. So when you know those two things, and in the middle, like you need to fill what is mentioned in that paragraph. So if you know how to start, always like many people have a starting trouble, and also many people they don't know how to finish. So if you know those two things, it will definitely you will get those two things with the help of templates. So where you can make your own answers. So that will definitely help you to.
Yeah, even my first score was 94, and then the second one is 101. So for that, I actually almost put 200 hours of practice, and I use something called Noteful. So you can also check that out. It's a very good resource for TOEFL.
So as I mentioned, Test Glider is a very good resource
Yeah.
for reading and listening. Yeah, there's no way to escape. There are few schools which accept 94 and above, but it's they have this benchmark of 100 and above. So many schools will prefer people with 100. So that's how they can filter lots of candidates who have less than 100. So definitely they may or may not look at you.
Even they will post a class demographic, like some of the school, they say the lowest was 100 or something, 101 or something. So um, it's always better to have scores above 100. So how are you managing the loan, and do you have a cosigner? Like I
Yeah,
think.
I do have a cosigner, and it's very so whenever you are starting this process, it's better to have your finances ready. So you have a lots of options in India. Like, if you have any property, if you want to put a collateral, HDFC will give you around 1 crore to 1.5 crore. So if you don't have a collateral, they go up to 80 lakhs, I guess. So there are a few loans like Prodigy and Empower, so which I don't want to stress because they were not that helpful for me. So they may ask you to show you a personal funding of 50K from your personal savings. So it's not from your parents or something. It's they ask you for your personal savings, and some banks may ask you to show a job offer or something after you graduate. So you need to have put a job offer or something like that to get that loan. So if you have those things, you can get a loan up to 100 or 110K from Prodigy and Empower. So if you combine those two from India and USA, you can able to get a. I mean, you can able to support your finances in the dental school. And if you cannot able to get a loan without a cosigner, it's better to talk to your dentist, like whom you want to shadow. Like if you have a good rapport with them, and if you have a long-term experience working with them, many dentists will also help you to co-sign you. So they may also co-sign you if you are shadowing under them for a longer time. Talk to them and ask them like if there is anyone they know who have multiple clinics who can help them to co-sign. So few people say like the DSO, the dental support organizations, will also co-sign you. But during this process, I have researched as many as possible, but no one are ready to co-sign you because all they do is the loan repayment. So once you graduate, they may repay your loan with the 25,000 or loan repayment programs. They have something. So depending on the DSO. So, but not many schools can. not many I haven't seen any DS4. Right? Maybe we have few, but I will research about them in the coming days. But as of my knowledge, till now I haven't found any DS4 who can support your cosine U. So yeah. So you have to look for that as well, because that's a very big important thing for you to get your loans approved and all the stuff.
So a lot of them are asking, what masters do you suggest?
So I told you, right? So if you feel excited for any masters, if you want to do your masters in regenerative medicine, definitely nowadays like stem cells are booming. So they want to develop a pulp with the help of stem cells and all the stuff. So you can do the masters in regenerative medicine. So if you really like, so where you can relate how you why you did this course. So if you want to do in biomaterials, masters in dental biomaterials, I think they have this
Biomaterials.
program.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so you can do that in that as well. So there's a there are many reasons like where you can correlate why you have done this master's course and how you can relate it to dentistry
Dentistry. Mhm.
and pursuing a DDS. So few people have done masters in biotechnology. They can do biotechnology as well. So regulatory affairs. If you want, I told you right. So MPH. If you after you done MPH, you can do a DPH as well in where after that like you can practice in Texas. So it's up to you. So you have to see which one is better for you. Like whether you are getting a that master's program for less cost, and you get a STEM OPT, and you can correlate it with your future goals, and definitely go for it. So there are many master's courses like in biotechnology and science, life sciences. They offer good scholarships. So they offer you tuition, less tuitions as well. So when your main goal is to pursue DDS, so investing much on your masters doesn't make any sense. So you can research about those things, and definitely during that masters you can participate in the research. You can showcase that like why you on which research you are working on and how that will affect the field of dentistry. So you can do all those things.
Yeah.
There are few few portals like mastersportal.com, niche.com, college dunia, and all the stuff like which will help you to find out the college and universities like which offer different types of programs and related to this thing. And you can
How
use
do
it.
we look for scholarship since you mentioned that?
So yeah, so few master's program for life sciences I mentioned. So you may not get a scholarship right away of once you get the admission, but once you participate in that program, where you get a graduate assistantship or graduate research assistantship, where you get a tuition reimbursement or a scholarship, where you can complete that semester for free of cost, where they pay you some stipend as well. So you have to talk to the students who have done these types of masters. I think in Northeastern they also give a scholarship for people like who are doing biotechnology or some courses related to science, life sciences. So there are many universities like University of Cincinnati, New Haven. Uh, I will make a list of that, and I'm planning to work on that programs which can offer scholarships and masters for affordable costs and all the stuff. So I will post that in coming days in my page. I will, because even I'm not sure like what are the courses and masters, program, but I have a few resources and I have a few contacts like where I need to talk with the students and all the stuff to get that information.
Hmm. So does practicing on original teeth matter a lot than what is available at eBay? Original teeth. You mean a teeth extracted? I'm not sure what they're asking.
I don't know like if you can
Yeah.
extract the original thing, because like you don't know you don't have proper I mean you won't be having any proper anatomy on that extracted teeth. Maybe they're
Yeah.
treated, so there can be any attrition or anything. So it's better to practice on typhoid plastic teeth which you get from eBay. And yes, in eBay you will get teeth for less cost, but it will take a lot of time for you to get delivered.
Can we participate in hands-on CE courses? Does that help our profile? Definitely, yes. Go for it if you can. Um, Dr. Bharadwaj, do you want to add something?
No, C courses are the best because that's where you can show them like you are learning about the new advancements in field of dentistry. So you can talk much about that, like the digital dentistry. So what you know about that, because nowadays like the artificial intelligence is booming. So what are the different types of AI applications like currently available for in the field of dentistry, and how the laser is making a big part of in dentistry, and you can talk many things. Like so, all you can learn, you can get all those exposure by doing CE courses. So
Yeah.
you have many CE courses in Viva Learning. You can just you have sometimes you can just have a podcast in Spotify or something. Sometimes like they talk about all those stuff, and so all these things like, will help you to broaden your perspective. So you will know, okay, these are the things which are happening in dentistry. So when you know all these things, like definitely you will stand out, and you will know some points to add when you are answering your question. So yeah.
Yeah, rather than doing online courses, I would suggest if you can go for in-person courses, that's even better. And look for like schools around you, and they will be doing a lot of C courses every other month. So look for that, and you can enroll in. That's also an opportunity to meet the faculty and make connections.
Yeah, so the University of Washington. So if you're from Seattle or someplace, like uh, definitely few universities, which I don't want to mention the names, but they prefer candidates who are in that region. So because in Seattle, I have seen people like getting interviews in at Washington. Like if you are from Seattle, definitely if you have a good profile, you have a very good chance of getting the interview if you have attended the workshop. In that workshop, you will get around 7 uh, credits, and yeah, and also you will get an opportunity to talk with the program director and the students from there. So yeah, so explore those types of workshops if you are in USA, and then if you are in Michigan, sometimes like University of Michigan, like they also conduct this bench test course, and Buffalo does that, Pittsburgh does that. Uh, I think only these universities.
Yeah. So, what are the ways to improve our profile for next cycle if already had masters, done bench test prep, working full time role? It's a good question. I would say print out your profile. Like in Caapid, you can download and print out your profile. Go through each section. Like use a pen and see what like mistake. Sometimes we have everything in our profile, but we are not writing it in a in a good way or presenting it in a good way. So try to see what mistakes you have, what you are missing out, the details or something like the date, the time, and even for LOR, like you have to get a signature and stamp on it. So all these things, if you maybe check if you are missing something like that, and that's something you can do. Other than that, maybe do more volunteering, because this is something I keep telling everyone that volunteering is very important. Like get more volunteer hours, maybe get a letter from a place you volunteer.
And also the big no in this process is like people who recently graduated from a dental school in India. So the SOP, in their SOP, I have seen a few people mentioning that they have missed an opportunity to do a MBBS, and then they have pursued this BDS. So
Never say that.
never
Never.
mentioned that, because here in USA, the both are separate fields, and they have their own process like pre-med and pre-dental. So don't say like you want to do one thing and you got into other and you want to do DDS. So it doesn't make sense. And if you have that points or anything, something like that mentioned in your SOP, try to change it, and try to work on that. So that's advice I can give to recent graduates, because they are not aware of this process and what they're. Uh, because here for DDS you have to go to a pre-dental, need to do a bachelor's, and then you will go to DDS, and then you can practice as a general dentist. For people like who wants to become a doctor, they have to do the pre-med. And for pre-dental or pre-med, they can be any bachelor's, but from high school, they know they want to pursue this thing. So they don't, they have their own reasons why they want to do dental school and why they want to go to medical school. So don't put that you got a less rank, or have seen people like talking about reservations. They don't know what it is. So don't include any of these things, because these are the small mistakes you do. I know like many people know about this thing, but like there are few people, like 1 or 2% in this webinar, like maybe they have done that mistake. So for them, I'm just telling that. So you are having that SOP, and you have spent thousands of dollars in applying dental school. Trust me, that you may have a very less chance of getting into
Yeah,
this.
true, true. So, did you include your work experience after your master's, even though it was not exactly dentistry related, in your resume?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So yes, I have included my experience because here you have to tell that you have various types of experiences, so that and also you are sticking towards dentistry as well. So try to manage in between these two. So they will know that this person have a knowledge in every other field as well. and also he is still doing this voluntary dental shadowing and all this stuff. So right, having this multidisciplinary experience will definitely help you to look good in your profile and all this. So go ahead, that doesn't hurt you if you have that experience, and try to avoid any experience like if you have any so someone asked like if, when I have 1 month of experience, can I put it? So that 1 month, if you have discontinued that job due to your personal reasons, or when you don't like that job, or if you don't want to be there or something, I don't know. It's up to you because it shows that, and if you have multiple experiences like that, like working 1 or 2 months and changing to other clinic, 1 or 2 months changing, so it shows that you are not consistent. So
Yeah.
you are not a person like who wants to put time in there and to learn new things. So try to avoid that kind of experiences in your profile. So
Yeah, maybe not mention it. Like if there's like one month
yeah.
sitting here and there, just avoid mentioning it. Um,
But if you have a genuine reason that due to visas or something, you just had an opportunity to work 1 month, then definitely go ahead and put it. But if you're wantedly, I know it's very hard for you to work as a dental assistant in many dental clinics. It can be tiresome, and you need to balance between your interviews and working. So that maybe you discontinued that job after doing 1 month. But if you put that experience, definitely you will not get any recommendation from them from the employer, and it doesn't look on your profile as
so, so do schools prefer inviting students who are in the middle of their masters? Because if we get accepted, we'll have to
well.
give.
Yes.
They will? Okay.
Yes. So there are many people like, who discontinued their masters and joined dentistry. So that's don't worry about that. So I have seen few people like who are thinking about that. So what if I'm doing masters and if I'm in the middle of the program and school interviewed me? So if I'm in the middle of the masters, like school think like I need to complete this masters and they don't invite me. No, school doesn't think in that way, because like in many university masters, you can talk to those people and you can continue that program later as well. So you have that option, and if you have uh, that a reason why you did this masters, and if you show them that the knowledge which you want to gain during that masters you have already gained, and you are just waiting for the school interview to showcase that knowledge, so they may accept that. And uh, I have seen a few people like who started their masters in fall, and they got interview in May, and 1 year they uh, shifted to dental school and discontinued their masters. That doesn't impact you anyway. uh, Even the dental school doesn't think in that way that this guy in the middle of the masters.
So did you get an LOR from there, like from your masters?
So if no, I mean I can, but like I don't want to because like if I want to because like the most of the schools they need experience from dentists from you India and from abroad. So there is no space like where I can have my recommendation from masters. But I had taken few recommendations from my professors. I have it with me, but yeah, I haven't uploaded them because I have got multiple recommendations from my professors from India and also from USA, the people under whom I shadowed. So I didn't find any need to put my LOS from my masters. But you can have it. It's fine. You can have it.
No. So does age matter for considering, like in an interview, any
I think
school
I,
age or
I
criteria?
think I think a tough like uh,
Is there?
they have an average age of 25 to 50 or something.
Wow.
So so
Age
I
is a
mean,
big
like in many dental
factor.
schools, like they don't, yeah, age doesn't is not a factor. So they don't consider that. And even when I have attended the candidate day at NYU, I have seen few professors like who practice as a professor, and he must be around 45 plus or something. He was about to graduate from the DDS program from NYU, Advanced Dining Program.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's something different from our home country culture, right? Even at any
so
age,
yeah,
you go to school. So as for TOEFL, is 100 enough? Will best score of 107 for schools with minimum requirement of 100. Do you think they give preference to those with higher scores, like 110 or so?
so as we already discussed, so it's not just about the TOEFL. So they look at everything. So they look at the SOP, they look at your GPA, they look at your masters if you have a masters, if you have a masters from MDS degree in India. So they will look everything. So it's not just about TOEFL. So yeah, so I have no known people like who have TOEFL score of 109 or something, and even though they haven't got any interviews in this cycle. So TOEFL is it's not the only criteria to get interviews, but it's one of the thing in your whole application where it will help you to boost your profile. But it's not just the only criteria to get you
Just,
interviews.
yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Original typos of Kilgore or accidental teeth.
So yeah, the accidental one. So usually
A
this
lot of schools are
many
switching to
schools,
academic.
yeah, many schools like they consider accidental and Kilgore, right? So only few schools like Michigan and Washington they go with Columbia, if I'm not wrong. Many schools like they go with Kilgore or accidental.
Yeah. So it depends on school, but I think a lot of schools are using accidental teeth. And also they use like the electric handpiece. They are switching to electric handpiece. So if you can practice with that, it's even better. Uh, so which schools should fresh graduate from India target if they have little dental experience in their home country and are currently doing a preceptorship in a dental school in USA?
So there is, I mean, I have known University of Michigan calling people who are fresh graduate from who recently graduated. I've seen New York University inviting people who recently graduated. NSU, UCSF, uh, even Washington, if you have done the workshops and if you're living in Seattle. So there are few schools like which can consider you even if you are a fresh graduate, but if you have a good SOPL or SOFL and the other factors like which are important in this. So that's why I suggest you not to limit your dental school application. So try to apply for more than 15 to 20 schools. So then you will have a better chance and you can try then you will know like from which school you will get an interview and yeah that's how it works. So that's why I just suggest you to apply for as many schools as possible and try to increase your chances.
Yeah. And can we mention our personal life or hardship in SOP? You can mention it, but you have to say how it helped you. Like, how did you come out of it, and how is it going to help you in future? So not just talk about the bad things, but say that I came out of it because of this, and it's going to help me in future.
So I've seen a SOP where they mentioned about dance and the dental school because how they have related those two things. So if you are an artist or if you are a dancer or something, so where you will be having stances or expressions or movements like which you will in dance like where you have a stance where you can express yourself with expressions the moves like which you will get perfection with practice and all this stuff. So all this can be applied in the field of dentistry. So if you want to show in a artistic view, or if you want to show any expression like in dance, like you can have veneers done and you can create your own artistic point of view and you can showcase that thing with your hand skills and all the stuff and every procedure in dentistry like you will get perfection with practice. So there are a few points like they have related the dance and dentistry and they have written the SOP in a way so how that their interest in dance has helped them to pursue. So these are the things like which you can mention. So even if you are an artist and you can tell like why you want to become a dentist because like this doing arts has help you to think in a way or help you to get interest in the dentistry because even the dentist like there is a lots of treatment procedures and crown designing and all the stuff. So you can relate it in any way. So it's up to you. So which personal experience you want to take and try to avoid any negative things like if you want to compare anything and I have seen people who compare with their own country with the USA and just try to write some negative points about their dental school and all. So don't try to do this. It's only suggestion I can give if you are doing any personal experiences.
Yeah, so in a better way, I can say the dance would be, you can say that it helped me have a good hand-eye coordination, which can be used in dentistry. So use words like this where you can like have your like extracurricular also linked to dentistry. So that's something you can write. The next question was USC has Columbia. Do you know about USC's bench test? Like what they ask?
So I have given USC bench. So they ask you for carving. So it's tricky. So sometimes they may ask you to carve a rose. The previous people like who have given bench at USC in so they said like sometimes they may ask you to carve a telephone, they may ask you to carve a rose, they may ask you to carve a premolar, molar. So they can ask you anything. They just want to see how your hand skills are. And I think it's Kilgore if I'm not wrong. So they may ask you to prepare some tooth preparation. It may be a PFM or a, FGC or anything. It can be on any teeth. And the most important thing with USC is it's a benchtop exam, so you don't need to have that typho don't attach in a mannequin you will be doing. So you can put the typho on the bench and you can do the preparation on the bench. So uh, that's easy when compared to a normal other bench test and all the stuff. But and the other thing is they have asked us to give a preparation. They give a picture with areas on it and which has involved the cusp. So they asked us to prepare a most uh, conventional cavity, so conservative cavity. So that's why like where you will have to see whether you have to prepare inlay, onlay, or a crown, or which procedure like you want to do. It comes to your clinical skill. So when it's involving the cusp, so you have to definitely go for an onlay. So that's how they look for your clinical judgment. So if you know that thing, that if that cavity, if the caries is involving the cusp shapes, like with kind of preparation, what would be the conservative preparation you can prepare. So that's how they test. And the other important thing is PBL, problem based learning. They have a different style of interviewing the candidate. So they give you a scenario, and they will ask you what can be this disease, and according to the symptoms and all the stuff, you may be right, you may be wrong, but they in that process they may look at your critical thinking, and also how you will work in a group setting. So they will see whether you are a dominating character, or whether you allow other people to talk, whether you consider the other people opinion. So when you are talking about that thing, so so I mean, like USC's interview process is different when compared to any other dental school. So it's a unique experience. We have to see like whether we can have someone from USC to share their experience with how they are at the bench, and
Yeah.
how the problem based learning is.
Since they just started, and did you get an invite?
No. So USC, I didn't get that. Last year, like I got waitlisted at that. So this time, I told you right. So this time, Michigan and USC. So they said like still like considering, but yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they usually, like I heard, when they got wait, they usually don't send the interviews to candidates who got waitlisted, or who already interviewed at the school. So we
Oh.
never know. So yes.
Mm. So, which schools give preference to candidates with fellowship, like an oral or maxillofacial surgery? Is it in
Yeah, we have.
US? I'm not sure. You want to unmute? Maybe you can write it more. It's okay. We can skip to the next question. Um, so, does UPenn consider fresh graduate students who don't have shadowing experience in USA dental office but have 6 months of preceptorship with a higher GPA of 3.7 plus? I think they invited some of the fresh grads for the interview. I'm not sure if they accepted them, but it's based on how you perform in the interview. But they did invite people with like fresh grad, and doing a preceptorship is even better than shadowing. So I wouldn't say that you don't have experience. You can say preceptorship is the experience I have. So the fellowship is from home country. What do you think?
Yeah. So definitely, like the workshops and fellowships will definitely have make you stand out from applicants who are applying from India. So because like when you are getting thousands of applicants, so you will be having a few people like applying from their country, and who have only uh, the dental graduate, who graduated from the dental schools, and who have only their home country experience. So if you have any workshops or fellowships or anything, definitely CE courses, definitely that will boost your profile, and definitely that makes you stand out in that applicant pool from that country. Because every school like they have as such. I don't know, like every school will have that criteria, but I have heard few schools like will be having a criteria saying like they want to be uh, they need to justify it to all applicants to. So that's why they will be having a certain set like where they invite people from people who have a master's from USA, people who have MDS degree, people who are fresh graduates, people who are uh, having a work experience from their home country. So if you are in that pool, and also like how they select the candidates in these sections, we never know.
Yeah.
So that's why so if I got interviewed in last cycle at some school, and this time I may not be in that pools, right? Because they have to give the opportunities to some other person. They have to see, and they have to give an opportunity. When they're giving that opportunity to the other person, that's where they can justify, and there shouldn't be any conflict of interest, right? So everyone need to be get an opportunity to be interviewed at that school, and that's how it works. So yeah, having that fellowship will definitely help you to shine in the applicants who are having just a home country degree and home country experience. So
Yeah, even I had a fellowship in implantology from India, and I added it in my resume, and I also talked about it. So it's always good to have experience. So we'll wrap up in 10 minutes. Just go over the last few questions. What would you recommend for someone with good GPA, good TOEFL score, fellowship, publication, and a lot of clinical experience in home country, but only 2 months of USA shadowing, but haven't received any invites? What needs to be improved in this case? So we have to
so
um, look into your profile, like what is lacking, but looks like you have a lot of experience, but maybe you are not writing it in a good way or presenting it in a good method in the Caapid. So if you need help, reach out to me or Dr. Bharadwaj, and we can help you with that. Then how?
definitely, it's a very strong profile. So we need to so even when I have applied in my first cycle, even though like I haven't mentioned my masters, I have some other things to improve to showcase in my profile. So uh, I have focused on some other aspects like my BDS experience and my shadowing experience and all this. But I haven't focused much on my masters. But on my second cycle, I have focused on my masters, and that doesn't help me to get an interview from the schools like which I got interviewed at in my first cycle. So and I got the interview from new schools. So we never know what every school looks for. So you still have you are in the middle of the cycle and you still have a lot of time. So maybe you will get interview from other schools from West Coast. And also, as Yamini said, like we need to just have a look at your SOPs and LORs. So how did you write your supplemental applications? Uh, so there are all these factors will definitely need to be considered like when you are applying for the dental school. So and also like you said only 2 months of US shadowing experience, but maybe you have to justify that even in that 2 months like what all the things you have learned and what's the differences you have seen in that 2 months and how you have improved with that experience and all those things you can talk about all those things. So so if you can look at that we can help you we can suggest you.
So how to prepare for clinical scenarios? Clinical scenarios. Is
In
it for the
interviews,
interview? I believe it's for the interview.
so mostly I don't think many schools will ask you for clinical
I
scenarios
just
except like turfs
typical
and all.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all the so if you clear the INBD and if you have cleared boards and if you are doing some CE courses, then that's what all required. So I don't need to learn new things and you need to stay much. But it's better to be current and recall the previous things like the resins and dental cements and what are the formula. I mean ratios of the different components in that cement. So definitely everyone will forget that. So it's a good idea to recall them whenever you get a chance. But don't stress on that clinical scenario. So maybe if we are talking about any programs, what about Las Vegas? I have heard that Las Vegas will ask few clinical scenarios
Mm-hmm.
because I interviewed in that school, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Sorry.
So how to improve interview skills, tips and suggestions on that. I do help people with the interview, so you can reach out to me if you get an interview or even like if you want to prepare in advance. Um, Also,
Definitely, you can reach any of us, and we'll definitely try to post you because we need to know about you first, like to tell you how you can better yourself, like how you can answer better that interview process. Because you may be having a strong skill with you, which you may be constantly forgetting to showcase in your interview. So you need to find out that. So how you can talk about that thing and how you can present it in a better way. So all you need is that. Just look into that thing and try to focus on that and know so there are other questions as well where you need to know how to answer them. Definitely we will be happy to help you with this.
yeah. Yeah. So we'll wrap up the session over here. Thank you so much, Dr. Bharadwaj, for your time. I know there was an important meeting today at your school, but you missed it just for
Yeah,
other candidates. So thank you so much.
no problem. Yeah, it's fine because I think like my school will understand that it's a video where they're gonna showcase that video in a US news channel. But it's fine. I think they will be having that opportunities more in future. But it's I'm happy to help, happy to be part of this webinar because I'm not sure because I recently got to know about that meeting a few days back, or else like I would have asked you to post one, but like you have sent that personal emails to many people, and I don't want to make them wait or uh, to because and also like many are in the middle of the cycle, so definitely they need the information which can help them to do better in the interview. So that's all I wanted. And happy to help.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for your time, and you gave us so much valuable information. And I will be posting this session on YouTube, on also on my Instagram. So you can reach out to me or Dr. Bharadwaj. Dr. Bharadwaj Instagram handle and mine is I have posted it on the comment section. So all the best for everyone. Hope we all are in dental school.
Sure, definitely. As I mentioned, like all you need to manifest and be patient, be humble, and trust this process. And don't let anyone to dishearten you because you will be having many people like to make you feel bad or to retrospect your thought of doing pursuing this DDS program. But trust me, it's all worth it. Like and all you need is to be confident and don't regret your decision of uh, participating in this cycle and applying for the dental school. So all you need to be patient and put your efforts.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, guys.
We'll end the session. Yeah. Thank you so much for participating and staying this long. I think this was the longest session with 3